A typical example for me at Woodcote, where I am the head teacher. Last year, when we were looking at a curriculum after actually using Smart App and seeing where we were and what we needed, we lost a teacher. We lost an English teacher, and the default position was go and replace that English teacher. But we then looked at our staffing, and we had capacity in the humanities department, over capacity to actually cover Key Stage 3 English. So what we did was turned the 10 periods a fortnight we gave to English, 2 of them became reading and literacy lessons. So essentially my English department were able to plan this scheme of work, which was purely based around reading, but they could be delivered very effectively by humanities teachers. But it meant it saved us a whole teacher's salary, because we didn't have to go and get that English teacher. But more importantly, it allowed me for the first time to buy a product from the local college, East Surrey College, where I was able to send 12 young people every Monday to do 3 vocational courses, hair and beauty, motor mechanics, and plumbing. And those 12 kids in the end, who we sent to college every Monday, we were able to then timetable so that on the Monday they would not be missing out on their core subjects of maths, English or science. But the money we paid East Surrey College meant the money we effectively saved from an English teacher we didn't necessarily need. Would have been desirable to have one, because it made it easier to run the timetable, but allowed those young people, those 12 young people, our commitment then was to make sure we had somebody to drive the minibus every Monday, take them to East Surrey College, stay there with them to sort of support them through the day, and then bring them back half a day a week. But it meant those kids that were doing a level 1 course, that at post 16 they could transition quite easily to the level 2, hair and beauty, things that we couldn't offer to any capacity in our school. And I think you then saw the engagement of those kids when they came back to school, knowing that even your behavior, if you don't, because we made them all sign a contract, because we sold this as we're offering you this, nobody else is getting this. It's costing us a lot of money, but we're investing in you because we know this is what you've told us you want to do, and we can't offer it at the school. And I think the turnaround in terms of their own engagement when they came back to school, but it meant they lost an option that they would have been poorly suited to take anyway. So pushing them into a history GCSE or a music GCSE because that's what's in the block, it's not going to work. But creating this in an add-on, even though it's delivered externally, was only possible because we knew implicitly what our staffing was and where capacity was. And humanities teachers, I mean, I'm a history teacher, but I've taught English. There's a lot of crossover skills. And as long as you package it right, you then are also looking after the well-being of those humanities teachers, because they know they're not responsible for 80% of the English curriculum. They're responsible for a reading element, which is it's transformational across the school. They need literacy and reading. So ultimately, and the scheme of work was planned for them. So it's all that background work to actually make it work better. But the end result is you're impacting so positively on young people just because of a decision not to bring an additional English teacher in. And I think it's really, really powerful to understand how you can creatively model your curriculum and actually have an impact.
And the reality of that is that's £56,000 roughly that you're saving, not saving, you're reinvesting in a different way.
And saving, because actually the cost of the college course, the 3 college courses, was about half what that teacher would have been. So effectively you're offering more, but for less money. You're offering more to the young people for less
But that's money. Putting the investment in a different place, so it does the job differently. I mean, our experience tells us that most secondary schools of any size, there's a capacity of about £250,000, and that's usually in surplus teaching staff sitting there, roughly £2,000 a period. But if having £250,000 to think about spending differently, this is not just about saving money. It's about
reinvesting.
Where's it best going to be used to either to engage the children or to get a better result out of that process.